Well, here we go again. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how to invest with the Fidelity app. I'll also be going through a complete tutorial and guide on how to invest for beginners. So if you're a beginner, this video is for you. Even if you've been investing for a while and this is your first time using the Fidelity app, or if you need to know more about the Fidelity app, this video is for you. So before we get on into the video, make sure you like the video because that helps the channel, man. Helps the channel grow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you'll know when I upload, because I try to upload consistently and often. So let's get on into this video. So first, I want to break down everything that I'll be talking about today. So let's go a quick overview of everything I'll be talking about. So first, I'll be showing you guys the Fidelity app, downloading the Fidelity app, getting into the Fidelity app. Next, I'll help you decide how you want to invest. So I'll be breaking down the different kind of investing strategies and stuff like that. I'll be keeping it very simple. There's more complex ways to talk about different investing strategies, but we're gonna keep it very simple. I'll teach you guys about growth stocks, dividend stocks, as well as ETFs or index funds. Now, they aren't the same, but for this video, we're gonna keep it very simple. I have videos coming out later on about differences between the two. Next, I'll be giving you guys my recommended way of investing, which is more a hybrid approach in terms of keeping everything together. Next, I'll teach you how to deposit your money on the Fidelity app. Next, from there, we'll go into how to buy your first stock, how to sell stocks if you're deciding to sell, how to trade options. Now, the trading option portion of the video won't be long because I don't trade options very often. I'm learning more about options, so I don't want to tell you guys a deep detailed analysis about options trading because I'm still learning myself. But if you're a beginner, I highly recommend that you don't. But if you're somebody who is just looking on how to trade options within the app, how to get to that menu, I'll show you guys that as well. Next, I'll show you guys how to organize watch lists and how to set up alerts. Next, we'll go into the market tab and the network tab so you can see how all of that works. And lastly, I give you my final tips on how to start your investing journey. Some tips along the way that you might not have considered, some things that I wish I knew while I was investing. So let's get on into the video today. So first off, like I said, we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you guys the app here. This is the Fidelity app. This app, to me, is my personal favorite broker. I have used RobinHood, I have used Webull, I haven't used M1 Finance, but those are the main two I've used, and I think those are probably the most popular, Webull and RobinHood, in terms of apps that people download. So to me, this is my personal best and my favorite. So let's get on into the app. Now, when you download the app, if you have not already, you will have to complete a packet or a bunch of paperwork in terms of putting your information in and different things like that. So once you get done with that, which all it is like your credit card number and your investing goals and stuff like that, you make sure you put in a normal brokerage account. But you can use this for 401ks and stuff like that. So, but this is a normal brokerage account that I have right here. So good evening, David. It'll have your name up there. It'll have all this right here. So you'll be looking at the screen as soon as you log in. This is what you'll see. Okay, now that you have the app downloaded and you have all your information into the app, I'm going to talk to you briefly about the different methods of investing in hopes of helping you decide how you want to begin your investing journey if you have not decided already. So the three most common ways of investing are growth investing, dividend investing, as well as index fund or ETF investing, which is the safer method of investing, especially for beginners. But a lot of people want to get into that individual investing, and I agree, it's very interesting and very intriguing, but it requires more research. Okay, so but I will get into that once we make it to ETFs and index funds. So let's start out with growth. Let's go to the app and then I'll show you guys how to look up companies and all that good stuff. So if it's a company that you want to know about, just come here, type in the ticker symbol. Let's go. Like, this is the page that you started out in, and then the search bar is up here. So let's look at Tesla. I've been looking at Tesla. Let's just say I want to invest in Tesla. So Tesla is what I call a growth company. So it's a growth company, and if you don't know, growth companies, the main objective for you investing into a growth company is the belief that the stock price will increase. So the price of this will increase over time, and you make a profit by selling higher. So if Tesla goes up $40 from your buy-in price, you have a $40 profit. If it goes down $40 from your buy-in price, you lose $40 if you sell. So we're going to use Tesla as an example for me to explain the different things that Fidelity has inside of it. So you're looking at Tesla, and the first thing you see is all these different metrics, all these different things. So let's start out with the quote details. Now the quote details shows you a lot of stuff. So it'll show you the day high, the day's low, the 52-week high, the 52-week low. And it's not as crisp and clean as a Robinhood, but it still tells you a lot of information right here. So as you scroll down, it gives you the yield. Now you see right here, there is a 0% yield, no dividend on that. It shows you the PE ratio, all those good metrics right there. As you scroll down, this right here, now this is by somebody who is called a professional. They put their analysis on it, and right now it's at neutral. This is another professional, and they value this as overvalued. Now you can use these different metrics, but a lot of times it's best to do your own research. Just do your own research. The social sentiment is what people on social media are saying about this stock. Relative news. Also, this is another thing that I love about Fidelity. They'll give you the news, the most current news about what is going on with Tesla. And if you click on the news, it keeps you in the app. Very, very important, because a lot of times on different stock like news apps, it'll take you out of the app, and then you had to sign up for another app or sign into something else. I really do like that about Fidelity, that it keeps you in the app. Notebook is just where you can put notes and keep them and save them. Company profile is just a brief overview of the company itself. Basic facts is like another small overview, gives you the industry, the sector, the total revenue, and it lets you know if you can trade options. Ownership. Now these are how many shares are out there and the percentage of shares owned. Key statistics, another small thing, and it gives you everything in the app. That's why I love the Fidelity app. So debt gives you profit margin, all that good stuff. Now if you're a beginner, a lot of these metrics and stuff can be overwhelming at first. It gives you the earnings. Right now, as a beginner, the main thing is getting into the app and looking around, getting yourself familiar with everything that is going on. So this is a growth stock, looking at an entire growth stock, going through all of that. So that's a brief overview on everything that Fidelity Apps gives you on a growth stock. So now let's briefly look over a dividend stock. So if you're in the app and you want to look at a dividend stock, right? So what are dividend stocks? Let's briefly talk about that for a minute. So dividend stocks are companies that main objective for you is to pay a certain percentage of its revenue back to you in what we call dividends. So an example of a dividend stock would be Coca, Proctor & Gamble, different things like that. And they pay out monthly or quarterly. So let's go look at Coca-Cola, and I'll pull up the app so you can see. So Coca-Cola. So if you wanted to know what amount is paid out in dividends, you can scroll down and you can look, and where it says yield. Now you remember on Tesla had a 0% yield. This has a 3.43% yield. So let's just say, for example, if a company's share price is $50, a 3% dividend yield would give you about $1.50 per year. So that's just a rough estimate of me just coming off top of my head. The stock price for this right now is roughly almost 50, but it's 49.90. So this is a quick overview, but that's how you can see the dividend payments. And you can see right here where it says dividend rate is 42 cents, and it gives you the ex dividend date. The ex dividend date is basically the last day that you can buy into this company in order to receive the dividend. The dividend payment date right here, as you can see, is on the 1st of April. So if you want dividend from this company, you got to buy in before the 12th of this month, which is March. Okay, next let's talk about ETFs and index funds for a little bit. So what they are funds that compile many different stocks in them. So you can just buy this one fund, and then you can have a small portion of many different stocks. So this is a great way to diversify your portfolio if you don't have a lot of money to just buy a lot of individual stocks, and it saves a lot of time. So let's look at an example of a index fund. So you're looking at this Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index Fund, right? Now the reason why I love these is because they have no expense ratio. So if you're looking at a index fund, you can look right here and you can see expenses and fees, $0. So some index funds charge you an expense for holding them because somebody is adding to or taking away a part of that fund. And what I mean by that is they're adding stocks to it or taking stocks away from it, right? So they charge you for the services, but Fidelity has four stocks, and I'll list them. I put them up on the screen if you're interested in those. They do not charge anything. Don't charge anything. And as a beginner, I would say don't get an index fund that has an expense ratio higher than maybe 0.75. Me personally, maybe even lower than that, but 0.75 is what I think ARK Investing is. And ARK Investing is a decent one. They've been growing like crazy, and it's 0.75, and that's probably the highest one out that I would buy right now. So 0.75 is a great rule of thumb right now. So if an expense ratio is 0.1, which is 10%, for every $1,000 invested, you'll pay them $1 to actively manage that index fund, right? So let's go down. Top 10 holdings. As you can see, like I said, this index fund has Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, all those companies compiled into it. So if you just want to take the less stressful way, you can go ahead and just invest in an index fund, which is no shame of investing. Just go ahead and invest in index funds and stuff like that, because it saves you peace of mind. You know, you're just tracking the market one way or the other. Some index funds and ETFs actually beat the market. So those are great ways to invest as well. So looking at all of that, we're going to back out for a second, and then I'll tell you guys about my way of investing, and then I'll show you guys how to buy stocks with the app. So me personally, I like to invest more of a broad approach instead of just taking one. I have index funds, I have dividend stocks, I have growth stocks. Me personally, I try to make my portfolio a growth dividend portfolio. And what I mean by that is I have growth stocks, which make up a good percentage of my portfolio, but I have dividend stocks in the back end of my portfolio, which makes up a lower percentage because those stocks don't really rise, and the urgency to buy right then at the correct time is less because they usually kind of float in between a certain price. So you just have to get it in at the right time on those, and it's a little bit easier to pick when to get in on those. But for growth stocks, sometimes you might miss the great opportunity to get in while it's low because they rise so quickly. That's just my mindset. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below. But now let's really get into the app tutorial. Let's get into the app tutorial now. Right, at first, in the beginning, I was just explaining different things and showing you guys, explaining to the beginners on how they want to invest and giving them different, you know what I'm saying, scenarios on how they can invest. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this tutorial video. So first, let's get into how to deposit your money. So if you want to deposit money using this app, the first thing you need to do is go over here, and then you want to go to where it says trade and transact, and then you want to go to transfer. So you want to go to transfer, and you can see right here it says link a bank account. So that's the first thing you want to do, is go to link a bank account, and you want to set up your bank account here. Now it will ask you to do all this information. It asks you to send a code, and then you'll have to put in your banking information and all that stuff. So this is what you want to go to. I won't go through all that because I'm not sure what I was going to show, but that's what you do. And it has very tight security with it, so it's going to ask you for to verify your text messages and stuff like that. So once you do that, once you put your bank information in, it takes sometimes it takes about 3 to 5 business days. For me, I think it took 3 days. It might be faster now, but it could take about 3 to 5 business days. Once you do that, go to select account, and then you want to click on your bank account, and then you want to put in your account for the Fidelity app, and you say from your bank account to your brokerage account, and then you want to put in the amount that you want to transfer in to your account. So that is how you deposit money into your account. Now I will say this, and I'm gonna give you tips and tricks along the way. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. Don't deposit more than you're willing to lose, and make sure you have your emergency fund, all of that taken care of, about at least at a minimum a month worth of expenses. But you really want 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, but at a minimum before you invest is a month. I have a month worth of expenses right now, and I'm continually putting money into my emergency fund and all that good stuff. But make sure you do that. Next, now in your mind, now that you have money into your account, you're thinking to yourself, what companies should I invest in? That's what you're thinking to yourself. What companies should I invest in? So if you're thinking that to yourself, me personally, what you want to do is invest in companies that you personally use. That's the easiest way to start out. Companies that you personally use and that you believe in. And if you use them from a day-to-day basis, more than likely you believe in those companies, and you're less likely to sell your shares low. That's what I advise to people who are beginning out. So if you're a person who, like, you have an iPhone and you use iPhones and you're religious about your iPhone, your Apple products, Apple is probably one of the first companies you want to invest in. If you use Facebook from time to time, don't worry about Facebook. But if you're religiously on Facebook, you probably want to go to Facebook. If you're on Instagram, that's Facebook too, if you didn't know. If you're on Twitter a lot, products that you have personally used and bought are the first ones you want to look up, find a ticker symbol, and then invest in those companies first. You want to make sure that the price is where you want it to be. So just kind of watch the market a little bit and see if that's a price that you're willing to pay. But that's what you want to do. Those are the companies that you want to invest in, companies that you use and believe. Okay, now that we got all that out of the way, now I'll show you guys how to buy your first stock. So let's go on into the app here. Now we're looking into buying Intel, for example. So if you want to buy Intel, you just look up the ticker symbol, you go to Intel, and then you'll go to trade, and then you'll see this right here. You see this screen. So what you want to do is go to actions, go to buy, and then you'll enter the amount of shares that you want to buy. But let's just say you don't have enough money to buy a share of Intel. Intel right now is 62.88. Let's just say you don't have enough to buy. You want to know how to buy fractional shares, right? So if you want to buy a fractional share, you'll see down here in the middle of the screen, it says fewer trade selections. Hit that, and then now you can hit a dollar amount right here, and then you'll enter the dollar amount. Let's just say you have $25. You enter $25, and then estimated share 0.397. That's how you do that. You can also put a limit on the buy. So let's just say it's at $62 and you really want to buy it right now, but you don't want to buy it for 62. You think it's going to go down. You want to buy it for 60. You'll just go limit, enter the limit price. Let's just say you want to buy it for $60. You want to buy it for $60. I'm going to go. You can do that. Limit price $60. You want to go shares. You want to buy 5 shares, but you want to buy them at $60. That's how you do that. And then that's, you see the limit price right here, $60, and you want to buy 5 shares of it. That's what that's going to look like. And that's how you do the limit buys, fractional shares, and the normal market buys, which is, market orders, which is right here. You can do a market order here as well. You just click on where it says order type, just click on market, and all that means is you're gonna buy it for whatever price it tells you right then. And prices go up and down, so sometimes it'll be a little bit less than where you see it at currently, and sometimes it'll be a little bit higher because the price is gonna change back and forth throughout a trading day. And then all you'll do is just hit preview order. It's not gonna let me preview order right now, and all that is just confirming before you buy. So you'll just hit confirm, and then boom, it'll buy it. Now same thing applies for trading. You go to trade, not trading, you go for selling. So you'll do the same thing except hit sell, and you can do the same exact thing with sales. And so you'll put in however many shares you have to sell, how many you want. You want to sell 25 shares. You know, if I had $1,500, maybe I have 25 shares of Intel, but I don't. So that's how you sell your shares. Now, that's buying and selling. Very, very simple to do. I just showed you guys how to buy fractional shares, how to buy at market price, and how to do a limit buy if you want to try to buy lower. I'm gonna keep it simple. We're not gonna get into the other different buying methods right now, because that will be going outside of the beginner's guide. I feel like those are the most important to know right off the bat. Once you know those, you can start learning the other ways of buying in terms of stop losses and different things like that. So next, I'll show you guys how to trade options. Now, I won't get deep into this because I don't trade options personally, not yet. I'm still learning more about them, watching videos and stuff like that. But I'll show you guys how to get to that option if you're interested in buying them, because I know how to do it. I just, it takes a lot more research. I'll show you, but as a beginner, I don't recommend you buying options. So let's say I have Intel and I want to buy an option for this. So I want to trade options. You go to option chain at the top, and this is the screen that you'll come up with. Now you can click on the screen 3 different ways. Now on the left side you have call options, on the right side you have put options, and in the middle you have the strike price for whatever option you're deciding to buy. Now if you want, you can just click on that blue area that's on the left for a call option. You can click on that and it'll automatically put all that in, or you can click in the middle where it says $58. Click in the middle and it asks you, do you want to buy a call or a put? Or like on the same side, you can go on the right and do a put here, and then do it that way. And you can see where it says enter quantity. You can enter 1 if you want to just do 1. But like I said, I'm not gonna go deep into this. You can buy the open, buy the close, sell the open, and sell the close. I'm just showing you guys how it's done. A lot of people don't know where the options button is on Fidelity app, so I just showed you. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get deep into it because I don't personally trade options right now, but in the future I probably will. So next we're going to get into how to organize a watch list. So going back to the app here, now your watch lists are right here. So I have a watch list of different stocks and stuff like that. Now this is how you create a watch list. So normally if you're looking at the screen, it's going to say default watch list, right? So in order to create one, you'll click default watch list. It'll pull up, select the watch list, hit the blue plus sign at the bottom, and then hit create new watch list. Now You can put in the name of the watch list. If you hit the next blue button, you can add different stocks to your watch list. That's how you do that. So if you want to add to the watch list, you hit the plus sign, add whatever stock. Let's say you want to add Amazon, hit OK, and boom, Amazon is now in the watch list. So that's how you add different stocks to your watch list. You can view these watch lists different. If you see the search bar right here, right beside it is like a 4-box kind of image, kind of almost like a Windows image. You hit that and you can look at it from a different view. That's something you can do. Now, if you want to delete a watch list, the 3-dotted button in the right corner, go to edit. Hold up. Go to here. Yep. Go to edit. And then if you click on one of these, you can delete it from your watch list. And the same thing applies from deleting watch list entirely. Here, plus sign, and then you see delete watch list. So that's how you can delete items from your watch list and then delete watch list entirely. So next, let's talk about the market tab. What is the market tab? So this tab right here is just basically almost like your entire news feed, letting you know what the stock market is doing as a whole, letting you see what different sectors are doing. So this is basically your news feeds tab, letting you know what is going on, top news, all that good stuff. Now, I love this tab. I look at it every now and then though, because I have another investing app that I like to look at, and I have it so organized on there already. But I will come on Fidelity and look at what's going on this markets tab. The main thing I like to look at is the sector performance, and I need to diversify myself more in each sector. That's what I'm working on now in my portfolio, because I'm deep into the healthcare and the tech, the information tech sectors. I'm deep into those, but you know what I'm saying, the rest of them I'm just kind of like, nah, I'm not deep in those yet, but I will be soon. But that is the market tab. Network, you can put your network in here. Very simple. I have not done it yet because I use personal capital for that personally, for my network. But if you're interested in putting your network in there, you can do that. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing that you can do, as you can see, we're going to talk about, some people like to do this, is deposit checks. You can take a picture of your check and deposit it into the Fidelity app. Now, I don't do that, but you can. It's a lot of different things you can do with this app. And the more tab is basically just almost, it's not like the market tab, but it's basically more live news. You got podcasts and stuff like that. But a lot of the times I don't even bother with any of that, because when I get on this app, I'm just looking to trade, buy stocks. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about in this tutorial video of the app is setting alerts for different apps. If you're, you know what I'm saying, on the go a lot and you don't have time to just watch an app, you can set alerts for that app. If you go in here, and then you can set price movement tags. Now, I like to use a percentage price movement tag, and then I like to put in somewhere that is, let's see, like this is 62. Sometimes I'll be like, if it goes about 58, I want to know if it drops to 58, because I'm gonna be looking into buying in. And if it rises higher, I put that in as well. Not necessarily to buy in if it's higher, but just to keep me on track about what the app is doing, you know, just how that app is moving and stuff like that. And so it's very good information to know. So, all right, so tutorial and just a brief overview of the app and some different tips and tricks for beginners to know about investing in this Fidelity app. Now, I will be doing another video on how to look at stocks, PE ratio, all that type of stuff. But today was just trying to be as quick as possible, even though I'm getting kind of long on the video. But today was just about showing you the app and how to look at different stuff in the app. Now, my final tips to you is starting your beginner journey into investing. So sell high, buy low, which is simple. That's what everybody wants to do. But I have another one. Don't try to time the market. So if you buy in and it's not the lowest price, buy that stock because you believe in that stock. And you believe in that stock for the long term. That's the best way to do it. This is for beginners, and long-term investing is the best way to invest, in my personal opinion. So remember this as well. You don't lose money until you sell low. You don't make money until you sell high. And invest in companies that you personally believe in, because you're less likely to sell low. Do your research on those companies. It's very, very easy. If you type a company in and you type in stock predictions or investment predictions or something like that on Google, you can see all of that stuff. Research is very, very easy now. You just have, it's a Google search away to know what that company is doing, what news is coming out about the company. And on the app, like I showed you, if you go to the news section, it'll show you the different news about that company, the latest news, what's going on. But without getting deep into investing again, like I said, I'll be doing another video later on. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video. I'll see you in the next one. If it's anything you want to know about the Fidelity app, let me know that down below in the comment section as well. Continue to grind, continue to shine, and remember, never give up on the journey.